Hello there. This is going to be a quick one. This is going to be a short one. So basically, I went through, checked, double checked, triple checked, and I don't know what happened to all those guns that I spawned from the chest, but they're gone. I even went so far as to level up and farm and over level, and even got the Willow Tree editor, and something's gone wrong. I don't know if it's the save or it's the game, but I did 5 keys of this just before. The guns are still terrible, even at where am I? I've maxed all the skills out, thinking that would have a weight in the rolls, but that doesn't seem to work like that. Level 69 is the cap. That's it. You won't go any higher than that. But all of these chests that I pull out, all these guns I pull out of this chest, as soon as I quit, will disappear. And I have another theory of that if I take these guns and I move them around and I exit the area, they might disappear. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But basically it's sort of made the game shit to play. And that doesn't really make for good memories to put up on the tubes. So I think this playthrough is finished. I think I'm done with it. I don't really want to do any more. So they did stay through. So, but yeah, I am done. So yeah, I mean, the itemization again is probably one of my biggest complaints about the game. Yes, there's billions of guns. That's great. Kind of means nothing if you don't get any iconic ones, fun ones, and the weights don't. Look, I'll be blunt. The scaling sucks. It's shit. It doesn't scale aggressively enough. Enemies become way too difficult or way too easy. There's no middle ground. We're talking like Division and Division 2 style bullet sponges on not bosses, but like just the baddies, like the badass or whatever they decide to call them and change them into. And it's just shit that it makes it boring. I would have thought there'd be a certain point in the game where things would get a little bit better, but like level 70 and they're still dropping level requirement 67. I don't know. Am I expecting too much? Probably. So overall, I'm a little bit disappointed. And from what I can tell, the DLCs, they're okay, but the padding for me is just too much. Going from like Jacob's Cove, that was nice. That was okay. I didn't mind that one because it wasn't trying too hard to be groundbreaking or anything. Yes, it was zombies, and yeah, they did them all right. Still don't know what the fucking brains are for. I got a whole heap of brains, but I don't know where they are in my inventory, and I don't know what they're for. And the game never addresses it. So I don't know if there was supposed to be some sort of currency or something that you're supposed to use. I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty good. I didn't mind that. The references were good for their time. And it all worked. It all tied together. It was quick, and that was okay. Should have been like, you know, $5, not like 15 or 20 or 25 or whatever they decided to charge for it. I mean, your regional equivalent, but whatever. And then Fort Knox. Fort Knox was a great idea, wrapped in padding. So much padding. Those long roads did not have to be that long. It just felt like they were artificially padding the game out to make it last longer for you. Without that teleport towards the end, or if you didn't have the teleport, just simply exiting the game and coming back into it to teleport back to T-Bone Junction to go to the map adjacent to it, from 5 maps away. If I have to do that in your game, you failed, in my opinion, because you're just wasting my time. You're not respecting my time, and there are a lot of other games that carry that as well. I mean, I play Destiny, I play Diablo. They don't respect your time very much. I still enjoy them, but they do not respect your time at all. So there's that. Moxie's Underdome, it's wave-based. I have my reservations about wave-based. I think wave-based stuff is, again, another waste of time. There was nothing to it. There was no story. I didn't even do it, so I didn't record it. I have done it before, but it's basically wave-based. And I did the wave-based quest for this game right up until the Lance one in playthrough 1, and it just kept going. It just kept dragging on. And it got to the point where I was actually getting tired. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but when you're playing a game and you're doing the same repetitive bullshit, even though, yes, you do that in games. That's the gameplay loop. But when you start to become so painfully aware of it that it becomes physically uncomfortable to continue sitting, and you start feeling the pain in your wrist, and you just like, you know what, just fucking kill me. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I pushed through as much as I possibly could for the sake of completion, but even then I just couldn't last. It was like, you know what, nah, I'm out, fuck this. Yes, okay, it is supposed to be for you know, multiplayer, but we're talking about a game that also had multiplayer when GameSpy was still around, and that's not around anymore. And if you don't know what GameSpy is, and you're watching this, wow, amazing, thank you for watching this. I'm sorry you don't have anything else to do, but thank you for watching it. I do very much appreciate it. But the multiplayer service, I mean, it's an old game. No one's playing this shit. And with how broken it is, the AI being buggy, because that's another thing that I didn't like about this game. Let's go for a walk. The AI is terrible. I don't remember it being this bad in the original release at all. And that for me made it just a little bit more disappointing. Especially the bosses. The bosses were not challenging at all. There were no mechanics to them. And when I say that, I do actually mean there's no mechanics to them, because if you remember, if you saw them, I literally just stood there aiming at their head and shooting it till their bar dropped down. Yes, that is a majority of the game. I understand that. I do agree with that as well. But again, I remember them being so much more difficult with the originals. But again, maybe that's rose-tinted glasses, I'm not entirely sure. But I do remember using phase walk a lot to get away from things and regroup, and I didn't have to do that at all. I think I used it once through this playthrough, and out of the full series, and that's it. So, like, the class ability was wasted on me. I remember saying when I first started this that I was going with Lilith specifically for the phase walk because of how useful it is to get away from shit. It is your oh shit button. I didn't need it. And there's a problem with that because it wasn't just the fact that there was no reason to use the oh shit button, but it was the scaling as well. So there were times where, yeah, I would be... is a perfect example. These are guys at 68. I'm level 69. I'm at cap. They should be all level 70 or 71. Maybe that's what playthrough 3 is supposed to be, but with the way the AI is and the way that the gameplay is, it's just not worth it. So I'm disappointed. I don't think the mod changed anything because it doesn't change any of the gameplay at all except add a teleporter, which is something that should have been in the game anyway. It didn't change how things behave. Like if you saw that there, right there, as just a nitpick example, the enemies are facing the opposite direction. The scaling's all up to shit. So it requires level 68. I am at cap. The game should know that I'm at cap, and they should make weights and accommodations for it. Because if I'm at the level cap, things should be tuned so that I am at the level cap, and things should be more difficult for me, and it's not. And I don't understand why it's not like that. And again, it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but I am nitpicking it a bit. Yeah, look at that. Wonderful. Just fall straight through. But yeah, so, like, I do genuinely enjoy the game. Except for all that little stuff. I love the voice acting. I love the characters. The characters are fantastic. I mean, I'd hated the DLC for General Knox because of the padding, but the General Knox character itself, absolutely fantastic. The voice acting suits it so much. The fact that he just basically gave up and was like, you know, fuck this, I'm being ordered to do shit by a 5-year-old. Fantastic. The Athena thing didn't really gel with that too much. But again, a lot of that was messed up by the fact that the sisters that you're supposed to take out were so incredibly dumb. They kept running away from me. They didn't put on any pressure at all, even though they were supposed to be incredibly agile. I remember back again, going on back at Mordo, they were difficult. They were very difficult because they were so agile and they had the melee weapons, and I wanted to use those melee weapons, and they're not in the game, or if they are, I've never seen them. So yeah. Jacob's Cove, again, short and sweet, straight to the point. Voice acting's fantastic, the references are great. Who would have thought that Dr. Zed was, and Dr. Ned, and yeah, I won't spoil it, but yeah, it was good. The Underdome Riot, I think that was a missed opportunity. That should have been more focus on Moxie and more focus on her establishment and what she does and what she offers, and her story as well. There's a lot of missed opportunities there. We could have done a if you wanted to stick with the wave-based bullshit, it could have been all her ex-husbands or boyfriends or fans or something like that, something that sort of blends in with her character. And I am aware of the Rule 34, and I am aware of some of the stuff that she's supposedly done in fan fiction, but still, like, there was opportunity there, and that just, all they did was make a wave-based survival that was terrible. So yeah, what else is there? There's what, the Claptrap. So the Claptrap one, I won't do the Claptrap one because it is terrible. The voice acting's okay, but the thing is that the delivery is terrible, and the game is broken. I've sat there and tried to play the voice files, and They play fine in the directory using editors. But I love you, Scooter. You're so great. But when you're in the game, the voice lines don't play, or they play the first line and they stop, or the subtitles stop and something goes wrong. And I have captured that in the playthrough a couple of times as well. A couple of the General Knox voice files don't play. And I don't know why. And Tannis's log files, some of them don't play, some of them do. Half of them didn't play in the first playthrough, but they did in the second one, and I don't know why. And it's very inconsistent. The voice files are there, they're just not working, and I don't know why. So, and that sort of takes away from the game as well, because that's part of its character, its charm. It's got all these characters, it's got the story that you're following, and the voice acting is fantastic. The lines are delivered superb. But when you come across those problems, again, the whole my immersion stuff. So that's a wheel. So yeah, so I'm disappointed. But the game-breaking thing at the moment for me is the fact that I need better guns. I'm not seeing them. I think the itemization is terrible. I think the scaling is broken, either not implemented properly, or if it has, it's broken somewhere and something's wrong. I have verified files several times. The only thing I can do that could possibly fix it is to start again, and I am not doing that, because that would mean starting again from level 1, starting from scratch, doing another playthrough, and no, I'm not doing that. I can't do that, because that won't make for good content. I won't be happy with the videos, even though that these are basically just raw, unedited videos of me playing the game and then uploading them to YouTube, hoping that someone will put the video up and play it and listen to what I'm saying, and have it on the second screen, and just I'm white noise, and you'll only look over when I mention things like massive fat tits, or what the hell is Moxie doing to that Skag. But yeah, so yeah, I love this game, I do, but it's kind of broken. I even tossed up the idea of starting again on the original one, but I don't think I can put myself through that just yet. I do have Borderlands 2 ready to go, which I'll probably start soon. I am doing, at the time of recording, I am weaving Destiny 2 in, because Lightfall has dropped, so keeping in with the theme of first-person shooters for now. But I've also got to put some more attention back onto Diablo 3, because Season 28 dropped, and I've been neglecting it to get through this, because I do genuinely enjoy the story. I enjoy the game, and all these little nitbits just add to the massive amount of disappointment I have for it, because I remember this game being so much better, so much more, and it's just not there anymore. I don't know what they did to it. They've massacred my boy. Look at him. He's not the same anymore. That's not quite how the meme goes, but you know. So yeah, scaling is shit. Itemization is shit. The game files are verified and correct, but voice files aren't playing. The DLCs are padded, or too short, or just terribly broken, and I don't know if that's just because of its enhanced, the enhanced edition stuff. So I'm leaving this one on a bit of a downer, but that's okay. It's to be expected these days. The whole, look at that level requirement, 55, 66. Like, what the fuck, man? What am I meant to do with that? Yeah. Now I'm just getting more angry. But yeah, so, yeah, it's one of those things. I loved it when it was current. I played the shit out of it. but it's just not the same. So we will head back to where we started, which was Firestone. There's no point pulling guns out of the chest because as soon as I exit and come back into the game, they will be gone. And my save file rolls back, and I don't know why. You have to manually enter shift codes using numbers and letters like an old school CD key. And I cannot be bothered trying to look for them. And I'm not going to do that because it's terrible. I don't know why they decided to do something like that. I think it was something to do with social media tracking. Because you got the codes off social media. Nice try, but you undermined the entire game. The original Borderlands, again, never had that, and it didn't need it because it was a good game without it. Adding that just made it worse. Yes, I used it. I used it because the itemization shit. Is it because they added that? Again, you can't really tell for sure, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you get the best guns from the Gearbox box, and that's it. And I have never found out what he does and why he's there. But that's a mystery for somebody else to deal with. But yeah, so that's it from me. If you've watched this entire series, what's wrong with you? No, seriously, thank you very much for watching. These videos are basically me trying to keep myself accountable, and trying to keep myself on track to finishing these games that I set out to play, that I've bought and downloaded. So yeah, so the next in the Borderlands series will be Borderlands 2. I've played it up to a certain point. I will mention in the video as I'm recording where I've gotten up to, but I can't exactly remember the quests that I got up to, but I do remember one of the major plot storylines and saying it out aloud. If no one's ever watched it and played it, I won't spoil it, but I know exactly where I got up to. But I need to finish it properly because I need to know what happens. And then from there, I've got the pre-sequel and 3. So we'll have a look at that. I will try and stomach 3 as best I can. I did try and play 3 a little bit, and I kind of dropped out of it a little bit through it. Mind you, again, I was heavy into World of Warcraft at the time, and if you've ever played World of Warcraft or an MMO while trying to play another game at the same time, it's a bit difficult. Because one's going to take all the attention and the other one's just going to get put on the back burner. You'll come back to it, you'll forget where you are, need to start again. You'll start again and you'll be like, nah, this is crap. And then you'll put it down, which is basically what happened with me with Borderlands 3. So I didn't get very far on that one. Pre-sequel, never started. I don't even know if I've got it, but I'll get it anyway. So, yeah. Otherwise, I will be doing a little bit of Destiny 2 Lightfall. I've only just started the campaign and I'm enjoying it so far. But if you do watch my stuff, you'll know that I complain a lot. I'm an Australian and Australians complain a lot. And I complain even more than that. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next series. Yeah. So long, Borderlands. You were great. To a point. Oh. Thanks very much. See ya.